Hi, thank you so much for meeting us today. I hope you're doing well and that you're staying safe. And as you know, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we had to adapt our lives in many different ways. And for UT students, that may mean different things. Some of us are back home with our families, others stayed in Austin, and we're all just trying to finish our spring semester online. So thank you so much again for meeting with me and for answering the next following questions.
Thanks for having me. My name's Rohan Sikdar. I'm a fourth year aerospace engineering student here at UT.
Okay, and where are you currently residing? Are you in Austin or are you back home with your family?
So I'm still in Austin. I'm here in my one bedroom apartment in West Campus, just quarantining here.
And how does West Campus actually look like right now? Have you been outside?
Yeah, I've gone on walks and runs and bike rides just for my exercise, obviously by myself. It's been the emptiest I've ever seen it in my years of being here, and yeah, it's a pretty surreal experience. It's very empty outside.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I was wondering, how are you adjusting to your online classes?
So, not gonna lie, I'm not adjusting the best to it. I'm one of those students that needs uh, external discipline. It's very hard to motivate myself. I still attend the lectures, but my focus has been waning, especially in the last few weeks. And then that, in conjunction with senioritis, it's not a recipe for success necessarily.
Yeah, definitely. Are your professors doing anything to help you with that? Are they making like the transition easier for you, and how does that look like?
Yeah, professors have been super understanding. They obviously understand the extent to this whole pandemic, the situation, and the stress that has on most students. They've adjusted very well, in my opinion. They've been offering a lot of flexibility in terms of grading, tests. Tests are all take home, basically, open note. They're trying to make the transition to online learning as easy as possible for students, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, for sure. And do you think like that professors are trying to build a stronger relationship with their students? Are they trying to like get to know them a little bit more?
Yeah, the medium of online classes, especially with Zoom, helps professors have more discussion with students than maybe they would in class. Um, some professors also utilize like the polling feature to get feedback in the middle of class, which is pretty nice. And then I find professors' office hours are more occupied now because it's a lot easier to just click a link to go to office hours and then maybe try and fit into your schedule.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been a lot more accommodating in that way.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm actually really curious, were you involved in any student projects? And if so, how have they changed um, now that everything moved online?
So I actually was not involved in any student project leading up to this whole situation. But from what I've heard from people who are working either in the senior Atmo design project or hands-on student orgs, things have changed quite a bit. I know with the senior Atmo design, it's all been moved online digitally. So instead of building the actual plane now, they make the models and present online, but they're not making a physical plane anymore.
So yeah, what about you? Like, how has this affected your senior year?
So obviously it's not the greatest way to end college. I'm not too shaken up about it. I understand that it's bigger than my feelings towards it. I'm obviously just wishing health for everyone in the world right now. And I know that this is obviously for the best. Um, some things have obviously been uh, aren't going to happen anymore, like graduation in person. But again, that I would have been more happy about just because I know it would have made my family happy and stuff. All in all, I'm still doing all right. I'm totally okay with it, especially for the greater good of society.
Yeah, so is there anything that's helping you stay positive?
Yeah, positive thinking is really important in these times. I find keeping my physical health drives my mental health. So doing some exercise at home using YouTube videos or going on bike rides while staying by myself and isolated, wearing a mask, all the precautions has been super important. Getting that outdoor kind of environment also helps, getting the fresh air. So I've been keeping my windows open a lot more than I usually would have. And the weather getting better has helped with that. All these things have tried to keep me positive. I've also been calling my family a lot, like up to 2 to 3 times a day, just to hear their voices and check in on them, make sure they're all doing well.
Okay. But yeah, is there anything new that you're doing with your time? Like any new hobbies?
Yeah, there's a couple of new things, or at least things that I can spend a lot more time on now. I started picking up guitar at the beginning of senior year, and I've had way more time to practice now, so I'm very thankful for that. It's helped me make progress much quicker. I also have been able to start reading again with all this extra time. That's something that I kind of stopped prioritizing when I entered college, and I'm glad I picked it up again. I've also been listening to podcasts a lot just to fill the room with voices. Kind of makes it less lonely. So yeah, all these are new things I've picked up. And cooking too. I'm starting to hopefully become a better cook just by practicing a lot more.
What are your plans after graduation and have they changed at all?
So I was fortunate. I had a summer internship with a consulting company here in Austin, a large company, and they offered me a return offer for full-time employment, and I accepted that back in the fall. So luckily, as of now, things haven't changed. I've been in contact with them. They say my start date's still going to be July. It might be a little different than their usual, I guess, like starting training stuff that they usually have. But as of now, things haven't changed in that regard, and I'm grateful for that. But I understand it's also a very rocky time. Things might change between now and then, but I'm just hoping nothing does.
Would you like to offer any advice to your peers?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not any more qualified than anyone in this situation, but I just really recommend staying physically active as much as you can to hopefully help your mental health be the best it can right now. Utilize all the resources that are provided by the university to keep your mental health up. That's super important right now. Uh, Rely on your support system that you have, whether it's your friends, your family, any student orgs you were in. Make sure you're staying in contact. It's really easy to get locked inside ourselves right now, and it's important that you keep that human contact to stay sane as much as you can.